let's see together in this lesson the origins of the conditional mood in French. And so the important thing when it comes to the origins of the conditional mood in French is to keep in mind that the French verbal system is based on Latin. So, and the funny thing is that in Latin, actually there is no conditional. The conditional doesn't exist in Latin because in Latin the subjunctive is enough sufficient to ensure the opposition between what we could call the virtual concept, things, so, and this is handled by the subjunctive, and what is actual, and when you want to express something that is actual, you will use the indicative mood. So this is the way it's done in Latin. But in fact, we have a conditional in French. And so the conditional in French is not coming from Latin, but it's coming from the Romance language. And so the French conditional and the future tense, they were introduced from the Romance language into French. So it explains, in a way, the fact that, well, this construction, when it comes to conditionnel présent and futur simple, I mean, the construction is extremely similar. And the only thing that will make the difference between these two tenses, conditionnel présent and futur simple, well, it will be the endings. So, once again, the French conditional is coming from the Romance language and not Latin. So let's have a look now. For the conditional présent, le conditionnel présent, in that case, it will be quite simple. In a way, of course, nothing is simple. So, but it will be like that. You will take the infinitive, or the base of the infinitive. Well, I invite you to watch my video covering the way to construct and to use conditionnel présent, but I won't go too much into the details right now. But the idea, you've got your root. So this is the first part. And in fact, the second part, so the endings, they will come from the verb avoir in the imparfait tense. Whereas, for the futur simple, the root will be exactly the same. But the endings will come from the same verb, avoir, to have in the present tense. So I can imagine that you are like a bit lost now. But let's have a look now at the first case. So conditionnel présent. And remember that the verb avoir in the imparfait tense goes like that. J'avais, tu avais, il, elle avait, nous avions, vous aviez, il, elle avait. Okay? So what does it mean? It means that if you look precisely now, we'll have these endings, and these endings will be, well, based on the forms that we just saw. So AIS will be for je, AIS, the same, will be for tu. AIT will be for il and elle. Remember, whether for je, tu and il, elle, we will pronounce them the same way. E. So in fact, it's not that tricky for this part. After that, for nous, the ending will be I-O-N-S. For vous, it will be I-E-Z. And then for il, elle, it will be A-I-E-N-T. So even if this last form looks quite scary with all these vowels in a row, in fact, you will pronounce it only like E, like the same form as we had previously for je, tu, il in the singular form. For the plural, it will be E, tu. So you don't pronounce E-N-T. Okay, so these are the endings that you will have to add to your first part. And so for the future simple, as we saw, as I told you, it's connected to the verb avoir, but in the present form. So the verb avoir in the present form goes like that. J'ai, tu as, remember, final S not pronounced, il, elle, a, nous avons, vous avez, il, elle, ont. Okay? Look, same thing. We will extract from these forms, the endings that we will use for the future simple. So for je, it will be AI. You pronounce E. For tu, it will be AS. You pronounce A. For il, elle, it will be A. You pronounce A. So technically, il, elle, and tu are pronounced the same way. For nous, it will be ONS. For vous, it will be EZ. And then for il, elle, it will be ONT. Final T not pronounced. D'accord? So, let's go back to our beautiful thing. So now, conditionnel présent, and then we'll take, well, one regular verb, and the verb is parler. D'accord? So I told you for these groups, for these verbs, from the first group, it's usually not really tricky. Of course, we've got some exceptions, but most of them, they will be quite simple. So in that case, parler, first group. So as you can see, I am using the infinitive, parler, and as I told you, I will combine it with the endings of avoir in the imparfait. And we end up with these forms. Je parlerai, tu parlerais, il, elle parlerait, nous parlerions, vous parleriez, il, elle parlerait. And if we compare it to the futur simple, in that case it will be exactly the same way to construct, meaning by that infinitive plus endings, but in that case the endings, as we saw previously, they are from the verb avoir in the present tense. And so we have these forms: je parlerai, tu parleras, il, elle parlera, nous parlerons, vous parlerez, ils, elles parleront. D'accord? So this is really something that you need to work on, because I know that they are extremely similar. The only thing that will change, it's the ending. So you just need to remember the endings, you just need to practice, and it will be okay. But now you know the reason why they're so close, and I hope it was not too boring. Sorry, I tried to make it fast. Merci beaucoup.